emotionally, or they just simply freeze. And both of those responses give that bully even more power. And if you've ever felt cornered, second guessed, or maybe even worn down at work, this video is for you. Because today I'm going to give you 5 practical tactics that you can begin to use immediately to protect yourself. And I want you to take back control without blowing up your career. So let's get started. You see, these aren't emotional reactions. These are leadership level strategies that will actually shift the power dynamic. So, payoff number 1 is something that I call the documentation grid. Documentation grid. And this is the fastest way for you to make a bully uncomfortable. And that is to remove their ability to rewrite what happened. Bullies thrive when it's your word against theirs. So we have to begin to shift that. We have to shift it from emotion to actual evidence. And once it's documented, it is no longer a debate. It's actually a record of documentation. So start documenting every meaningful interaction and then follow up your conversations in writing. Keep your conversations in writing factual and time stamped, and keep them professional and not emotional. Send maybe short recap emails and capture what was said, what was requested, and the impact. This doesn't make you being difficult at all. Actually, you're building protection. Here's number 2. Number 2 is a boundary script. A boundary script. Now, in this, most people think boundaries actually escalate conflict. But here's the truth. Unclear boundaries actually make it worse, because bullies test limits over and over again. And if nothing is said, that behavior becomes normal. What you tolerate gets repeated. So we have to shift that as well. Use short, direct statements. No apologies. Don't over-explain. Sometimes we do that. And if someone interrupts you, you have the right to say, I wasn't finished, and then continue what you were trying to say. If feedback actually crosses a line, bring it back to the work. Be calm and direct and be consistent. Boundaries are not emotional, they're actually structural. Here's number 3, and this is what I like to call the gray rock method. The gray rock method. And in this, some bullies don't want resolution. They actually want a reaction from you because they feed off of emotion. They feed off your frustration. They feed off your defensiveness. And if they can't get a reaction, guess what? Those bullies actually lose leverage. And so that's where the gray rock method comes in. If you look at a gray rock, it's a neutral color, maybe minimal, uninteresting. And that's the way we should be. Neutral, minimal, uninteresting, with short responses and no emotional energy. Again, no over-explaining and no venting. Especially when someone is trying to bait you, and that's what bullies do. You're not becoming disengaged, so don't worry about that. You're just refusing to play the game. Here's number 4. This one's important. Number 4 is what I call the witness network. The witness network. Now, in this, the moment you stop handling this alone, everything starts to change, because bullies rely on isolation. They want you questioning yourself. But once other people see the pattern, It's no longer just your perception. You need to build a small network around you, one or two trusted people, maybe a colleague in that group or a leader that you trust, someone that can be objective and not emotional. Have short professional conversations and not gossip. Please stay away from the gossip. You need to provide just clarity and maybe even ask this question. Have you noticed this? Document what's shared, who saw what, because visibility actually changes behavior. Now, in payoff number 5, or point number 5, I would say this: the exit strategy. Exit strategy. Now, here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Not every environment actually improves, and staying too long can cost you more than actual leaving. You need to have confidence and momentum and performance, knowing that you've got all of those. But sometimes, even having all those in your workplace, sometimes the strongest move, especially if you're fighting a bully, is not winning the fight. It's actually refusing to stay in it. So then you begin an exit plan. Update your resume and start reconnecting with your network. Set a timeline for yourself and begin to quietly prepare. You see, in these situations with a bully environment, leaving is not a failure. It actually becomes a strategy. You do not need to out-dramatize a workplace bully. You actually need a system. And as we talked about, we need to document. We need to set our boundaries. We need to stay unreactive in our gray rock method. We need to build witnesses. And then we need to have an exit strategy or know when just to walk. Handling the bully is one part of the problem. But the bigger question is this for you. Should you keep fighting for the job? Or is it time to move on? In the comments, I want you to tell me this. Which tactic of these 5 that I've talked about, which one are you going to use first? And if this video has helped you, please subscribe to my content, because I'm here to give you real strategies to navigate the workplace with clarity and confidence. And before you go, I want to tell you about one of my other videos, and it's called The Most Dangerous Employee is the Loyal One Who Complains. Because if you watch this video, I believe it will help you understand why these situations happen in the first place. As we serve together, Dr. Jeff.